I've known you for 2-3 years now, and you're a good deal maker. And like you said, you like dispositions. I just don't know that you have a full grasp and understanding of the KPIs and the marketing, because you always had somebody to take care of that for you. So I'm sitting here thinking there's one of two directions that kind of make sense in my mind. We can spend the next 30, 40 minutes having a marketing conversation, but is there a lot of friction in that to get you up and running with regards to these different marketing campaigns? And do you even want to do that? Or does it make sense to... Friction meaning, like, if that's not your area of expertise, like how much of a heavy lift is it going to be to actually implement that? And can you sustain 6, 9, 12 months of seeing if that's going to work or not? I'm thinking one of two things. You lean into what you're really, really good at, which is deal making and dispositions, and you figure out some sort of strategic alliance, partnership, joint venture with somebody who's really, really good at marketing, and you just dive into what you're good at, and you don't have to worry about that. Or along the lines of what you said with the licensing model, a company like ZBuyer, fastcashforhomes.com, where you pay per lead and it just gets delivered to your inbox. Like you're really good socially when you feel comfortable when you know the person and you're trying to stretch yourself out. So back to what I told Ron, I think we need to figure out how to reduce friction when it comes to doing and implementing something. Even if you know if it'll work, if there's too much friction, you're not going to do it.
Mindset.
Right? So I think lean into like your personality. Like, so with the people you know, the Stansberrys of the world, any attorneys or agents you've worked with, start with those people. Don't get so caught up in how do I build this massive network of people bringing me deals. Just focus on 5-10 people that you know are in the business. Right? And then whether it's pay per leads, like the ZBuyers of the world, those types of services, reaching out to some wholesalers, like you don't have to complicate it. All you need is 12 deals a year. You make more money on your own, not having to worry about managing people, having a very simple business, making $200 to $500 a year. I don't think you should be hiring anybody else, because it's like if you're messed up inside and you're involved in a personal relationship that's just not working out, and you're bouncing from woman to woman or man to man, you're taking yourself to the next relationship. So you're continuing to add just chaos in a business that doesn't have accountability, a business that right now, and by the way, that's not your team's fault, that's you as a leader, and that's okay because you have the awareness about it. But I wouldn't keep building and adding more. You could have the best acquisition person in the world, it's not going to be sustainable. Why? Because they're surrounded by a bunch of mediocrity. If you've already kind of hopped on that horse, then maybe you have to kind of ride it out. But like, I'm thinking you need to like start to like strip away, cut the fat, work on yourself as a leader, and then slowly start to build it back up. I mean, I guarantee you'd make more money by yourself than you are trying to manage mediocre people. You can't control what people are going to continue to bring to you. And I think you can definitely do that, but you're going to have another patient that's going to do it.
Yes, you become like a professional doing that.
Yeah, so one of the things I see is you're constantly giving. You know, it's the analogy of the cup, and you keep pouring into everybody, and then you get home and you're just completely depleted. So you talked about something that fills your cup when you get that recognition, you know, that simple card and a gift card, like that filled you up. But again, that's external. So what can you do? What can you plug into to get filled up that doesn't require somebody having to do something for you? Always put yourself mentally in the other person's shoes. And it's not your responsibility to make a decision for them. They're big boys and girls, they can do that. But like when I spoke to Brett, for example, and he put it out on Facebook, I said, why do you think that person would do that deal? Because numbers wise, it makes 0 sense, right? And so if you're ever involved in a deal that you just think it's like, wow, like this is a grand slam, always reverse the tables and say, why do I think they're doing it? And not necessarily that you should or shouldn't do it, but just if it seems a little lopsided to you, a discussion should be had, and make sure that just everybody's understanding is, you get what I'm saying? And that's a little bit at play here, but like I just generally speaking,
always.
Make sure it's equitable for everybody.